Working in a library had always been a quiet, uneventful job, until the day I encountered the mysterious family that would leave me with more questions than answers. It was a typical weekday afternoon, and the library was bathed in the soft glow of sunlight filtering through the windows. The hushed murmurs of patrons filled the air as they browsed the shelves and settled into reading nooks. My duties involved shelving books and assisting visitors, tasks that allowed me to observe the comings and goings of the library's patrons. On that particular day, a sense of unease settled over me as I noticed a family entering the library. They were unlike any patrons I had ever seen before. Their clothing was anachronistic, reminiscent of another era. The father, a tall man with a solemn demeanor, wore a three-piece suit, while the mother, her hair styled in a bun, donned a high-collared dress. Their two children, a boy and a girl, followed closely behind, their eyes wide with curiosity. As they moved through the library, I couldn't help but notice the oddity of their behavior. They seemed detached, as if they were not quite present in the modern world. They ignored the computers, the catalog system, and the modern literature, instead gravitating towards the dusty, forgotten corners of the library. I watched as the family settled into a dimly lit corner, surrounded by ancient leather-bound tomes. They whispered among themselves, their voices carrying an air of secrecy. Curiosity got the better of me, and I approached them, offering assistance. The father looked up at me, his eyes dark and intense. "We're fine, thank you," he said curtly, his tone sending a chill down my spine. As I returned to my duties, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that had settled over me. Something about that family was profoundly unsettling, and I couldn't help but wonder who they were and why they had chosen our library of all places. Hours passed, and as the library prepared to close for the day, I noticed the family still in their corner, their faces buried in the ancient tomes. The father looked up at me once more, his gaze filled with a haunting intensity. "We will return," he said, his words sending a shiver down my spine. True to his word, they vanished as mysteriously as they had arrived, leaving behind a sense of foreboding that lingered long after they were gone. It was as if they had never existed, leaving me with a haunting mystery that would forever remain with me.